Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanished Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 518, season 21. Today's date is February 22nd, 2026, and welcome to the show. Today's program, I'm going to talk about the department store, well, it's a clothing store, Lytton's, that was located on State Street on the corner of Jackson Boulevard. It was founded by Henry C. Lytton, and around this time, it was the 40th anniversary when all the stores were closing. So I'll talk about its history and my memories of that. Also, I will read a menu from, I believe, 1975 from the Lancer Steakhouse Restaurant that was located in Schaumburg, Illinois. A lot of people forgot about that. And I stumbled upon a menu yesterday. So this will be fun. Okay. Before we get started, the program will go into a commercial break. This program is brought to you by Blue Nun White Wine. I remember these commercials. Here's one from 1979. So when I come back, I will discuss about Blue Nun, its history, and it's still available. So sit back and relax. Let's go back to the late 1970s for Blue Nun White Wine. I'll be right back with the rest of the show, folks. Thank you.
Monday night was Nancy and lobster. Tuesday night, Marie and veal parmesan. Wednesday night, Monique and beef bourguignon.
For those occasions when you're not sure what you're having for dinner, bring along the wine that's correct with any dish. Blue Nun, the delicious imported white wine that goes as well with meat as it does with fish.
Friday night? Oh yeah, Friday night.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Blue Nun White Wine from 1979. Let me give you a little history of this wonderful product, libation. It's a German wine brand. It was launched in 1923. And I don't know when it came to America. I will find out in a moment. Probably later on, in the early 20th century. I found it. It began in the 1950s, and it was advertised throughout probably, I don't know about television, probably advertised in the newspapers, radio, and, of course, white wine goes with chicken or fish. They claim it's fresh, it's crisp, it's fruity, has 10% alcohol. What I remembered, and when I was introduced to this wine, is like during the 1970s or maybe the early 80s, it was advertised on radio by the comedy duo Jerry Stiller and Ann Mira. They did the radio. I remember listening to the commercials in the car, and they did they were so popular, and reportedly, it boosted sales by 500%. So that's awesome, like that. But by the 1980s, it declined because maybe there were other wines introduced. There was competition. So it's still around. Yeah, it's still around. I haven't been to a liquor store in a long time, or go to the liquor department at the grocery store to notice if it's on stock. You're probably wondering, have I ever tried this wine? And I said, yes, I have tried it in the 80s. Not bad, but I have to be honest. I'm not a wine drinker. I don't particularly care for wine. For alcohol, I'd rather have a beer, maybe a Greek beer, like Fix or Alpha. I like that. American beer, nah, not really. I like champagne. I really do. I like champagne. But if I go out to dinner and they have wine, I don't drink it. I don't particularly like it. I don't know what it is. I'd rather have grape juice. So that's fine. Okay. All right. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about Lytton's clothing store. It's the 40th anniversary of their closing in Chicago. And I will read a 1975 menu from the Lancer Steakhouse Restaurant that was located in Schaumburg, Illinois. Before I get started, I'm not going to talk about my health, so forget that. Let's talk about something positive, like about Vanish Chicagoland. So if you notice, I'm not adding people in my group. I've been kind of very, very tired yesterday, and I didn't have the energy to go sit on my desktop and add people. I'll do that today. I am much better because I took some Tylenol before I went to bed last night. I'm okay. I'm fine now. So that's what I do every day in the groups. I approve people. I have to go. You have to screen them to see if they're real. They're not bots or fake people like that, or they want me to approve comments that are not very nice. I will not accept it. No, I'm sorry. I will not accept that. There are times, I just found one today. Someone said something political because of a post yesterday. I deleted the post. I deleted the comment. I banned a person. I'm sorry, but I will not allow this. I've been telling this for years. People can't resist because they can't. So if you want to air out your problems or your views or your opinions, don't do it in my group. Do it elsewhere, please. I've said this before. We want a nice, clean group, a nice, happy group. And that's what everyone in this group wants. And that's cool. So I find very fascinating things that people post. If you're wondering why sometimes your post isn't approved, because they're repeated. You've seen the same ones over and over again. I don't think people want to see that. I want to see something different. My favorite is like family photos of from their family. I love that. I really do. That's fascinating. Or something historical. That's fine too. Like I said, no politics, nothing controversial. If you want to do that, create your own group and do that. I will not allow it. And one last thing, someone sent me an email about 3 days ago. Why don't you do Maxwell Street on your podcast? I've been trying to decide that for many years. And maybe I will do one someday because it's historical. A lot of people know it, but it's also controversial and it's very, very hard. So if I do a podcast episode of that, it would be, I will mention, because it used to be called Jewtown, but today it's kind of not good, but it happened. You can't change history. Okay. So I will think it over. Further, and we'll see what happens, because it's, a lot of people miss that place. It was very unique, and I agree. Okay. Right now, I'm going to talk about Lytton. So let me give you a little history of that. Okay. It was a historic department store. It was located in Chicago's Loop. The address was at 14 East Jackson Boulevard. And let's see, the man who founded it, his name was Henry C. Lytton. And it was originally nicknamed The Hub. And that opened in 1887. Long time ago. Long time ago. And it was then Then it moved to a skyscraper, where the location was in 1913. And then it expanded, and the store consisted of clothing, women's clothing, men's clothing, like, for example, dresses, hats. It was in vogue. A lot of women wear hats, so did men. Shirts, ties, shoes. I think it sold shoes. Yeah, they did that. And then in 1946, it changed to Lytton's. No Henry C. Lytton, just that. Okay. And so the locations of Lytton's, of course, it was in Chicago. Then it expanded to the suburbs. Like, for example, it expanded to Evanston, Old Orchard. I have photos of those locations. I would love to get all of them. That'd be kind of cool. So let me start at the beginning. So it's Chicago, Old Orchard, and Skokie, Evanston, Goff Mill, and Niles, Illinois, Hawthorne Mall in Vernon Hills, Woodfield. I have a photo of that. Oak Park, Fox Valley. There were two locations. One in the mall in Fox Valley. There was another one somewhere else in Aurora. Of course, Evergreen Park and Evergreen Plaza, River Oaks Mall in Calumet City, Park Forest. I think Park Forest Plaza, maybe it had that, or somewhere else. And also in Indiana. I don't know if it had any other locations. I'm not sure. But someone mentioned they had a couple of stores. I think the one in Evanston, I don't think Chicago, but Evanston or Park, they had a display of monkeys. I heard about this when I was a kid because I only went to Lytton's once in Chicago, downtown. I think sometime in the early 80s, I went to look around to see, and it's a beautiful store. They had beautiful clothes, And my mom did shop there when she was downtown in the 70s. She went to Chicago. I think she went to Evergreen. I don't know if she did. I forgot. I forgot to ask her. When she comes back, I'll ask her that. Anyway, so Lytton's. So it was. I heard. Well, I'm sorry. They had beautiful ties, and they had like the tags and all that. You can still find items on eBay or Etsy or anywhere, and you could buy fur coats, regular coats, shoes, boxes. I love the gift boxes, especially at Christmas. They're so beautiful indeed, like that. And then, and then I don't know what happened, why it went out of business. I think competition, or it was getting expensive. They start closing the stores. And so around this time, they closed the one in Evergreen Plaza. I don't know about the other locations, probably before that, And this happened around this time, So anyway, let's see what else. So Henry Lytton, he was president until 1949. He was 102 years old. Woo, that was a lot. So they tried to, and so in 1986, it went out of business. Then Weebolt's, another Chicago department store that went out of business the following year, bought the name and the inventory. So they had that for a little while. I don't remember that really. So now the store building is owned and used by DePaul University. That's what it's used. So that's good. They have a use of that. So I'm glad about that. So, we miss stores like that. Carol's Red Hanger store. There was Lytton's. There was a dress store, Rosalie. My mom shopped there all the time. She loved that store. They were all over the Chicago. We missed that, Charles A. Stevens, Greg's store. Beautiful. Remember Broad Street? That was next door to the Palmer House. It was there for many, many years. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Right now, I'm going to make Right now, I'm going to stop and then go into a commercial break. When I come back, I'll read the menu from the Lancer Steakhouse Restaurant that was located in Schaumburg, Illinois. Yeah. So this will be fun. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the rest of the show, folks. Thank you.
When you count up what it costs to make a really good two-layer cake these days, I've got a cake that makes better sense. The Bundt brand ring cakes from Pillsbury. Because in one box, I get cake mix, filling, and glaze frosting. It makes a big cake that's rich, moist, and flavorful. I don't have to buy extra frosting or filling because they come right in the box. My family loves it, and that adds up to a lot of good reasons to bake the Bundt brand ring cakes from Pillsbury.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed that commercial. I certainly did. That takes me back. All right, now I'm going to talk about the Lancer Steakhouse Restaurant that was located in Schaumburg, Illinois. When I was a kid, I sort of saw an ad of this place in Schaumburg. Then I didn't give a second thought. But then I posted an ad a long time ago about this steakhouse. And it featured Cookie the Clown, Cookie the Cook from Bozo Circus. And I posted that. And a lot of people remembered this place very well when they lived in Schaumburg in the 70s and the 80s. So I figured, why not? I found the menu the other day, and I'm going to read it, and then I read the history of this. And this is from a blog. It's called The History of the Schaumburg Township. It's from the library, so it's got to be true. Okay. So let's see let's go look at the beginning. So it was, back then Schaumburg was not built not until Woodfield Mall opened in 1971. So there was a lot of farmland, and it was empty and all that. So and then it opened in April 1968, and there was nothing out there. Nothing, it was like out in the boondocks, so, and so the address changed from 1450 East Algonquin Road, and it's by west of Route 53. Okay. The phone number was area code 312-397-4500. And according to this ad, and it said it had ballroom dancing Friday and Saturday nights. They had banquet rooms to accommodate 10 to 1,200 people, and they had a piano lounge. That the pianist, his name was Emil Flame. Okay, so this was from 1976. The owners of the steakhouse were two Greek guys. The first one, his name was Niktelos and Perry Kapos. And not just, it not only featured the ballroom, but it also featured a main dining room with a big open hearth fireplace, cocktail lounge, and a piano bar. At the time of the chef in 1971, his name was Leon Pavlos. Okay, I'm talking Greek like this because I am. So I posted a postcard yesterday, and it has the interior of the restaurant like that. So most of the menu devoted to steak and seafood, and they extended it, So I will read the menu in about shortly. So, and by 1976, according to the Daily Herald, Mr. Tsellis sold his half interest to the restaurant to Marshall Bourdain, Whizzle the Wizard from Bozo Circus, because he lived nearby, and he went there all the time. Marshall Bourdain, that is, he went there. So that's cool. That's very cool. That's very nice. And they were partners for a long time. I don't know how long. And it just became very popular indeed. So that's great. That's wonderful. And then it closed its doors about 1985. So I don't know what's there now. I have no idea. I didn't get a chance to look at it. So that's okay. We'll see about that. Okay. So I will read a menu right now. Okay. I'll bring it up one moment. Just a moment, please. Here we go. Here we are. This is going to be fun. There we are. It's a beautiful menu. I'm glad I found it. Includes cocktails, appetizers, even bigger appetizers. So let's see. I will read the cocktails. I really did. Now, I will read the prices, of course. I'm not going to read all the cocktails, but the ones that are well known, and there's a few exotic cocktails. I will read that. So let me get started. Okay. By the way, someone asked me about that, about the other day, about the, the Lancer restaurant. And I said, yeah, it sure is. So here we are. So I'm not sure what's it. I brought up the map, and there's something, a place called Avant. I don't know if that's called, but let's see. And across the street from that is Imperial Surveillance. So there's no restaurant in that area. None. That's a shame. Okay. Now we're going to read the menu. All right, so here's the cocktails. They had before cocktails like, for example, Martini, Manhattan, Whiskey Sour, Old Fashioned, Rob Roy, Bloody Mary, Daiquiri, Screwdriver, Gimlet. Okay, you got that. After dinner, Stinger, Drambuie, Galliano, Cream de Menthe, B&B, I don't know what that is, Chartreuse, and Grasshopper. They also had wine and champagne, imported, domestic. Exotic cocktails. This is interesting. Listen to this. One is called Navy Grog. That costs $1.55. That's lime juice, dark rum, and 150 proof rum and honey. Woo! Wow. They had Mai Tais. You know what a Mai Tai is. 4 rums, lime, pineapple juice, $1.55. Tropical Splendor, $1.50. Dark rum, port wine, Curacao, Grenadine, lime juice, pineapple juice, $1.50. Here's one that's called Dr. Fu, F-U. Don't get me started. That was $1.75. That's lime, Curacao, Grenadine, white rum, and Jamaica rum. They had beer. They had imported beer and domestic. All right, so let's see what we got. We had appetizers, so here we go. Okay. They had shrimp cocktail, $2.95. Chopped chicken livers, $1.75. Marinated herring, $1.95. Tomato juice, 60 cents. Soup du jour, 60 cents. Whatever soup they had, what day you went. You get the idea. Sandwiches. Chopped sirloin on a bun, $1.95. Chopped sirloin with melted cheese. Is that melted cheese? Yeah. On a bun, $2.25. Barbecue sirloin on beef, $2.25. Hot sirloin beef, it was $2.55. Barbecue sirloin beef, $2.55. Hot sirloin beef with a juice, $2.55. Served with French fried potatoes, and that's it. Okay. Salads. There's shrimp salad bowl, $4.25. Athenian salad, $4.25. Oh, love Greek salad. Julienne salad bowl, $3.75. Sliced tomatoes, $1.50. Chef salad bowl, $1.50. Cottage cheese and peaches, $1.50. Served with your favorite dressing, whatever it's available. Okay. They have desserts. I'll get to that later. Okay. And so let's see what's on the second page of the menu. We serve nothing but prime meats. Our reputation is at steak with every meal we serve, so we acted at the finest. So underneath that, it says planning a party, banquet, or dinner, luncheon. We have excellent facilities to handle up to any size group up to 1,000. All party luncheon dishes are prepared individually, just like the meal you are now enjoying. Ask for the manager for details. Okay. And it listed the phone number. It's area code 312-397-4500. And here is the date of the menu. It says Wednesday, June 11, 1975. Oh, cool. Okay, now we have daily luncheon specials. Entrees include your choice of soup or chilled juice, choice of potato mash or French fries, crisp garden salad with your choice of dressing, and rolls and butter. That sounds wonderful. So a choice of soup, chicken, okra, or French onion. That was okay. So that was the soup du jour of the soups that we were going to serve at that day. Okay, beef pot pies, flaky crust, $5. Veal parmesan with spaghetti, $2.95. Baked whitefish with lemon butter, $3. Reuben sandwich with French fries, $2.95. Chopped sirloin with grilled onions, $5, or is it $3? I think it's $3. Yeah, the printing so small. Luncheon favorites: French fried jumbo Gulf shrimp served with cocktail sauce, $3.95. French fried deep scallops with tartar sauce, $3.75. Hot prime rib of beef sandwich or juice, $1.75. I think you mentioned I'm repeating those, but that's okay. But that's the luncheon favorites. Roast sirloin of beef of juice, $3.25. Broiled baby lobster tail with drawn butter per market. You know what that is. Lancer's charcoal broiled butt steak, $4.75. Tender calves liver, bacon or onions, $3.75. Prime sirloin chopped steak with stuffed onions and béarnaise sauce, $3.25. Prime tender grilled minute steak, $3.75. And low-calorie platter, which consists of prime hamburger patty, cottage cheese, hard-boiled egg, and Jell-O. And that costs $3.25. Okay. For bigger appetites, wow, our special filet and brochette out of skewer oriental with rice pilaf served with your choice of soup, du jour, juice, potato, chef salad with your favorite dressing, $7.25. Prime junior filet mignons with sauteed mushroom caps, $7.25. U.S. prime rib of beef or juice, $7.25. New York cut prime sirloin steak, $8.25. Sauteed mushroom caps. Prime filet mignon sauteed with mushroom caps, $8.25. And the one before that, the New York cut prime, is $8.25. Prime butt steak, $7.25. French fried with onion rings. Broiled lobster tail with drawn butter per market. You get the idea. French fried jumbo Gulf shrimp, $6.25. 2 double thick center cut pork chops served with applesauce. Here we go with the Brady Bunch again. $6.25. And broiled French cut lamb chops with mint chili, $6.95. Okay, now we get to the desserts. I love this. Desserts. Cream cheesecake, 75 cents. That's probably a slice. French pastry, 75 cents. Ice cream. I don't know what flavors I had. 50 cents. Probably one scoop or two. Sherbet, 50 cents. Probably had lime, orange, rainbow. Freshly baked pies, 60 cents. Probably had all kinds of flavors. Beverages, they had coffee, 25 cents. So the freshly baked pies is 60 cents. I'm sorry. And sherbet was 50 cents. Okay, so coffee is 25 cents. Senka, pot, 25 cents. Tea, 25 cents. And milk is 30 cents. Underneath it says Roquefort dressing, 75 cents extra. They always do that. I don't know why. They always charge extra for Roquefort. Maybe it's imported. Probably. I haven't had Roquefort dressing in a long time, so I don't know. I really don't know. I have no idea. Okay. So, let's see. That's it. So this sounded like a wonderful place. I wish I went there because the food sounded awesome and delicious. There are not that many places like that around, but I'm sure that was one of the best out in the northwest suburbs, in Schaumburg. Excuse me. Okay, so that's it for this program. I'll do a recap what I talked about. I talked about the history of Lytton's clothing store. This month, it celebrated its 40th anniversary of closing in Chicago. Talk about its history of that. Also, I read a 1975 menu from the Lancer Steakhouse Restaurant that was located in Schaumburg, Illinois. That was at 1450 East Algonquin Road. Okay, this podcast will be published later on today. Wherever podcasts are available: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Good Pods, also Breaker, Overcast. It's also be published on my blog with the link, www.3Ws, vanchicagoland.blog. So also, you can listen in your car if you have CarPlay. You can listen on Spotify. You can also stream it on your TV if you have or on YouTube. I'll get to that in a second. You can listen. Also be on my YouTube channel, and again and again and again. People always ask me, where do I find your podcast? I'm going to listen to your podcast. I'm dying to hear about your podcast. Go to YouTube. Do a search. Type in Pete Costanas, my name, or Vanish Chicagoland Stories. Click subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. You can listen. You'll receive a notification of the latest episode. All the episodes are listed. Also, the apps that I mentioned, if you listen on your devices, you can tap on them, click follow. You'll receive a notification. All the episodes are there at your convenience. Also, be sure on my social media accounts, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Threads, Instagram, and TikTok. They'll have the links. So if you have any questions, please send me a message. I will try to answer. I'll do my best. Okay. So that's it. I will not do a podcast episode Tuesday because I'm going to the oncologist again. You got to double check. And Thursday, I will do some blood work for my next Pluvito treatment, which will be next Thursday. So it'll be the second one. Well, I'll keep you posted. See what happens. Okay, so this is Pete Costanas, your host for Vanish Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. It's a chilly day. It snowed. There's snow on the ground. Winter's not over. No, not by a long shot. It'll be spring soon, in about a month. So we'll see. Okay, so here's bye-bye for me, and here's a little traveling music from our famous Chicago legend and good guy, Ray Rayner, saying bye-bye. Take care, everyone. Have a great Sunday. Relax. Take it easy, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.